Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 35, here's second down at a yard. Here's Pacheco once again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Chiefs had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Throw left side complete. That's Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow. Up the left. Yellow.
Now Mahomes. That's caught right side by Worthy. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They'll get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far, running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down.
At the 13-yard line.
Go on, 80.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he dropped it about the 11 after only a yard.
This is how offensive coordinators earn their money. He thought he was ahead of the curve after first down.
Got 7 yards first down play, but then you get stuffed there on second down, maybe just a yard out of it. Now your advantage is evaporated. Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Yellow. I'll go on, 80. Hey, 57. Yellow.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack.
A 36-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Looking to put a drive together. A first carry for Tyler Algier. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Stidham. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And some room to work. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they're a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
To throw is Nix. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix. That's to his running back, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. R.J. Harvey, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. the touchdown pass to kick it away.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Get your money up. Put money down.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow. 180.
Now here's Mahomes. That's caught left side by the tight end Gray. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, down at the 33. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
180.
Again, it's Pacheco. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Yellow.
On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. He might be being set up here for a busy ball game. Already 2 kicks here in the first quarter, and he's knocked both through the posts.
And for now, you know they'll be happy getting those 3 points, but what they really want is to find a way for them to kick extra points instead of field goals.
Not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing Nix. Now they go screen. It's complete. And it'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good. Broncos first down.
After a 1-point game, 7-6.
And the Broncos first down.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Nix. Completes it to Evan Ingram. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now a handoff up the middle. Sampson. And we'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they do.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll go play action with Nix. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw, here's Nix. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
The kick by pass is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Yellow.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards to pick up there.
Well, that's an old play caller's trick right there. Right up there with run the ball inside the tackles on 1st down. You just watch your quarterback get sacked on the previous play. Now you let those defensive linemen penetrate again, hoping to get their hands on him one more time. But this time, he's got the perfect call dialed up.
And got his man complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. And Xavier Worthy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to move back in front. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Nick's going to give to Harvey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there, holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Broncos.
Kill. Hold on, set.
Up the middle they go. Sampson. Strong running at the 30. Still on his feet. And all the way home for the Broncos score. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. I feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch.
Yellow.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Attack. Yellow.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Yellow.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They'll try to set up the screen. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Hey, Sunday.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to find his tight end Gray complete. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on fourth down here.
Hey, 43. You're 15. Yellow. 15, yellow.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Yellow. Hey, 57 colors. 180.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Yellow. Attack.
Mahomes going to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have yet again retaken the lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Butker now to add the extra point. And that one gives him a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Chiefs 12, Broncos 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Nix to the air. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Out of bounds on the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. Now it's Nix. Now he's going to step up and run. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Nix. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun is Nix. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Able to slither by. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's a gain of 38 yards. That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
15.
They're going to look to throw. Finding Gray on the outright. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Hey, 57 colors.
Now Mahomes. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Butker's kick here is good. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football. And now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Looking to throw. Nix. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. They only needed a few inches, but still some aim. Just moments there, but they do convert on 4th. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to, whatever the method there, it worked for them.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Harvey. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is fielded at the 27. That'll go as a punt of 42. 7 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard after the 36.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got man complete. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. A handoff now for Pacheco. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 105 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They're waiting him now to punt as he sends this one away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
I just love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. He'll air this one out for Mims. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there for Denver. 56 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They were zooming past that number there. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And they'll find Sutton on the right side complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now leave him with a third and just a yard.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On play action, here's Nix. And that will be incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on fourth down? They'll go for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. He's going to float this over the middle deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Worthy with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try.
The Chiefs will set up for the
Mahomes will throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. So 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City. 2nd down and 10. To throw is Nix. A short throw to Ingram. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
Nick's going to keep this himself. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trying to run for it. Here's Hardy. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. and you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2.
15, 15.
Here's Pacheco. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Yellow, yellow.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Attack, attack.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a run with Pacheco. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 120 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line.
Hero 15.
Here's Pacheco once again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. 2nd and 5.
Yellow. Attack, attack.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Parker, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Yellow.
A 1st down carry for Smith. And he will take it on in for the Chiefs touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get an extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. For this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They run straight ahead with Harvey. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So that penalty will back him up half the distance to the goal line. Here's Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger. And this time, it cost them 2 points.
Tyler Bass set to kick off.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And now, how about this? The free kick from the 20 going to be out of bounds. And that, of course, is a penalty.
Yellow. Let's go on, Eddie. Yellow.
Smith up the middle. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, here's Smith again. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 34-yard line.
Yellow. Hey, Ripley. Let's go on, Eddie.
Inside handoff, Smith. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Give to Smith out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Yellow, 43. I've got blue AE.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Diamonds on me fight, Nick and Reese, I can Tina. Orange, Richard Mill on me dancing just like Bia. Going against Gliss, I wouldn't want to be
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Nix from the shotgun. Now he'll tuck this and run. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
That's good for Broncos. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43.
To throw, here's Nix. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
2nd and 10. Throwing Nix. He gets This is into the hands of Harvey. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Nick under pressure again, and down he goes again. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. This in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Yellow.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Chiefs, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next